Hello friends, welcome to the session. This is Nagesh, your test automation trainer. In the current session, I am going to explain about how to run test cases with different test data parallelly, and I am also going to explain how to pass test data parameter from command line to filter test data. So here in the current project, I have taken amazon.in as system under test. So here I have two different test cases. One is add product to cart test and another one is fail login for report test. For these both test cases, I have test data as amazon testdata.xml and wrong testdata.xml. Here you can observe, like here in amazon testdata.xml, I have only one set of data, and also in wrong testdata.xml I have only one set of data. When I execute this particular project, I can able to start test cases one by one. Like add product to test is started now and it is executing. After the completion of this add product to test, next test case will start. See here, fail login test is started after completion of first test case. As expected, this test case is going to fail. Here, before showing the wrong message, this system encountered a captcha, so this test will fail because of it. So here we can see test cases are executed one after another. What if we have two sets of data? That means if I want to execute these two test cases with the two sets of data, then the test execution will be like this. Here I am just providing another email ID. And the password is any wrong password. And here in first set I am providing one more set of data. Here I am adding a product called pen. So now I have two sets of data. When I execute the same test case again you can see test will run one after another. That means one set of test case will execute first and the second test of the test case will execute with the second set of test data after first. You can see now here only one test case is started with the test data cup. After that the second test case is started with test data as pen. Here it is going to be pen. So the test execution pattern is one after another. Because of this, our test is going to run long time. You can see here, this time it is trying to log in as nagesh.joy 007. So as expected, this test is going to fail. Fourth test is started. That means second test case with second set of data. But because of this one by one test execution, the time taking is doubled. That means the test execution will be long. But here in our case, we can achieve in half of the time. This execution we can achieve with half of the time, even though we have two sets of data for each test case. Let me show how we can do it. Here in testsuite.xml, where we have mentioned the test cases to execute in the current suite, there are two test cases. I have provided data provider thread count as 1. Because of this, our test cases are executing one by one. But if I provide the test data provider thread count is as 2, then each test case will execute parallelly using two different set of data. Let's execute. Now you can see two test cases are started parallelly. Here the browsers also, you can see two browsers are opened, and in one browser it search for pen and in one browser it search for cup. Two browsers are opened and test execution going parallelly. And the third and fourth test case, that means second test case first data, second test case second data, is executing parallelly here. Like this, we can achieve parallel execution by increasing the data provider thread count to 2. This is what I am talking about. First point, run test cases with different test data parallelly. Still test is executing. Now test is completed. You can check for the results. I am just refreshing my project to check the reports. Here under targets, surefire report, HTML index. Here I am able to see my reports. See, two test cases got passed and two test cases got failed as expected. Add product to cart is executed with two sets of data. One case it is pen and another case it is cup. Like this, we can execute parallelly our test cases. In second test case also, in one set it's executed with username nagesh.joy007 @gmail.com the password is wrong password. And here in the second set of data, it's executed with selenium.omelet@gmail.com and password is any password. In the both cases it's failed because we have given wrong password, and also system is expecting a captcha to enter here. Because of this both the conditions, this test case is passed. So like this we can achieve parallel execution by increasing data provider thread count to 2. And the second point I am going to demonstrate now, pass test data parameter from command line to filter test data. What it means, as I already explained you in the past execution, I have two sets of data here, cup and pen. So here I am not passing any environment. What if we have stage environment and live environment? One set of data belongs to stage environment and one set of data belongs to live environment. So in this case, if we want to execute only test cases on stage environment, not on live environment, so we can easily pass environment name from command line as a part of test data parameter, and we can only filter that stage environment test data, and we can execute our test using stage test data. That means even though we have 4 sets of data, if we pass stage live, here in this test case also I am just giving live and stage. So I am passing environment name as stage. If I give the parameter as environment stage, then my test execution will only happen with test data which is having environment as stage. Let's see how it execute. Here you can see for stage data, in the first test case we have product name as pen, and in the wrong test data the email ID we have selenium.omelet@gmail.com. So if we execute the test by passing the parameter environment as stage from command line, we are expecting only 2 test cases will run which is having environment as stage. Let's see how it works. So I am going to the command prompt and I am just going to the folder where my current project POM is available. And here I am going to write mvn clean install. Here one more parameter I am going to pass from this command line, -d env-type is equal to stage. If I pass this kind of parameter from here, my test execution will only happen with the test data which is having environment as stage. Let's see we are expecting each test case will execute with one set of data. Execution started now. First test case is executing with testData pen. As expected, only it is picking the test data which is having environment as stage. First test case is passed and the second test case is executing now. So I am expecting only it will take selenium.omelette@gmail.com. As expected, it have taken the same data. See here, this test case is going to fail now. That's it. See how we can achieve this passing test data parameter from command line to filter test data. Here we have filtered stage test data by passing environment equal to stage. That means -d env -type. See, -d env type is equal to stage. By passing this value, we can achieve the filtering of the test cases, test data. So as I have shown you, we can also pass the test data here. In each test case, I am passing test data using data provider as XML data. Instead of writing in each and every test case data provider class is equal to omelette.data.provider.class, data provider is equal to XML data, instead of this I can directly pass from command line. I am just commenting this particular line here also. I am not going to write this line each and every time in my test cases. I am just going to pass this particular XML data provider from command line. So I will just quickly show you. Here I have written like mvn clean install -env -type -d env -type is equal stage -d data source is equal to XML data. If I write in this way also, we can provide our test data to our test cases. I am executing now. See, test is started now. Like this we can also pass our test data from command line. So I have filtered again this test data for stage environment. So only my test case will pick the test data which is having environment type as stage. So it's going to finish in few seconds. That's it. You can go and check for reports. I'm just refreshing my project. I'm going to target surefire reports HTML index. Here you can see test data as pen. Test data which we have given for stage environment. Here also the test data which we have given for stage environment, like email ID as selenium.omelette@gmail.com and the password is any wrong password. Like this we can achieve both the points using Omelette framework. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Thank you.